Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about a problem for data structure. Here is the problem. Replace every array element with the product of every other element without using a division operator. You can see the sample input and output. In sample input could be an array which contains the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And output array should contain elements which is the product of every other element apart from that index. So for example, at first position, apart from this one, it will contain the product of all. So let's take a look in graphical form. So let's say we have some given array. Elements are 1, 2, 3. Right. Now our output at this position, we should have the product of 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here 1, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. Here 1, 2, 4. Here 1, 2, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you're seeing the element which is at the particular index in the input array are removed. So the brute force approach for this problem simple is first find the product of every element. So what it will be 120, right? And then at each index you divide with the element which is at that particular index. But as in this particular problem, the division is not allowed, so we have to think something else, correct? So one solution could be, which is brute force. At this position, iterate on this array and multiply all the elements and then write it. Then same on this position, iterate from 0 to n minus 1, let's say n is the size, and then accept ith index, multiply all the elements. So you could guess what should be the complexity of this case, O(n) square, right? It is because we are having the two loops from I to n minus 1 for each element. So it's an n square. So our problem is now to improve this complexity. So what you can think? We can increase, let's say, some space complexity. Then can we go and find out some solution? You can pause this video and think first on your own. Okay, so let me discuss that. So here our approach would be to create two arrays. One first array, let's call it left, and the second array contain right. And what is left and right? This array contain all the product of all the elements which lies left to this. So at the 0th index, what is left? Nothing, right? So we will put just 1. We can't put 0 because otherwise it will bring all the multiplication to 0. So let's put it 1. Then at the second position, first index, what lies left is 1, right? So we will have 1. And on the second index, what lies 2, and the product of all the element to the left, which is here, right? So we can multiply 2 and 1, which is 2, and here we can multiply this thing with 3, right? So 2 into 3, which is 6, right? And at the this fourth index, what lies left in original array? 4, and here is 6, right? So 6 into 4 equal to 24. So you see in this left array, it contains the product of all the elements which lies to left of that particular index in the original array. And on the same lines, this right array will contain the product of all the elements which lies right to that particular index. So here let's start from the right side. We have 5, right? And on the right of this there is nothing, so we will put 1. Then on this index, what is the basically third, right? The third index, what lies on the right side? 5, and beyond that there's nothing, only 1, right? So we will multiply 5 into 1 equal to 5. And on this index, it lies 4 and this 5. And same on this first index, the 3 and 20 on this 60. And here we have 2 into 60, which is 120, right? So we have pre-processed this given array and created two arrays which contain left side and right side products of all the elements on both of of the original array. Now with this, we can prepare our final array. So at 0th index, multiply all the elements of these two, because this contain the product of all the elements which lies left to this index, and right side R contain the product of all the elements which lies right side of 0th index. So now here it will be 1 into 120, which is 120, and on this we have 1 and 60, so we will have 60, and here 2 and 20, right? So it will be 40, and here 6 and 5, which means 30, right? And here 24 and 1, so we will have 24. So you can see, given this is the input and our output should be this. Here it contains all the elements, product of all the elements except that particular index. So I hope you got the solution. So let's go and code it. So here I have the solution. Let me go through every line. We have a function, find product. It is taking a list of integers and it is returning a list of integers. We first calculate the right side, the rightmost index, which is length minus 1, right? And we have created two arrays, left and right. And initially we have initialized both with 1, and the sizes are length of original array. Then on this line, we have done iteration from first index to the last index. So on the line 14th, what we are doing, we are calculating our product. And how we are calculating? We are taking the element which lies left in the original array, and in this array, in the previous element contain whatever the final product of their left side. So if you see this, at each, and while preparing this left array, we have taken the, if this is an A, right? At the first index, we have taken I minus 1, which is 1, and the left of I minus 1, this, right? And same, so if you see this third index, here to prepare the results for this, we have taken A of I minus 1. I minus 1 is 2, right? So which is 3, and L minus 1, which is 2. So we get the product of all the elements. So same logic we have applied here. And as we are iterating on this array, so on the same iteration, we have also prepared a right array. Right array will be this, which is R minus 1, is from the right side. And then we have taken plus 1 element and right R minus 1 plus 1. So basically, so let's say here R is this fourth, right? Because N minus 1 here we have calculated, and then we are starting from first, right? So R minus 1 will be starting from the second last element, and to calculate the results of this particular element, we need whatever the index we are plus 1, and the same on the original array, which is this, right? This. So we have applied the same. Just look into the index, how we are calculating the index, which is very, very important, and this can be worked on. So please try to understand the index, how we are calculating the index. So here we are iterating only once on the array, but calculating both left and right, right? And then we have created a response array, initialized with 1, the sizes of original array. Then we are iterating and multiplying these two arrays, left and right, and then to get the results of ith index, and then we are returning. To test it, I have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, in this, and let's run this program. Cool. So here's the result, and you can check the product of all the element except that particular element will be same, right? So I hope you got the concept and the code for this solution problem. And at the final, what is the complexity? Can you guess? Please put it into the comment. And if you like the video, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you.